Hello, welcome to the video. I'm going to be testing the RTX 4090 on Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm going to be doing it at 8K, so you can see that here. We're at 7680 by 4320. I've got my 4090 in, you can see that here. And then graphically, I'm going to play with everything maxed out. So we've got ultra high or high on the graphic settings. And at first, I'm going to do native 8K. It's probably not going to be amazing FPS, but we will check out DLSS as well. So let's take a look. So we're looking like to be at about 40 FPS. 30 to 40. It's seems like it is stuttering quite badly. That frame time not looking too good. We were getting about 120 FPS at 4K, so that's quite that shows how intense 8K is. But this is actually just, I guess, somewhat playable. I mean, at 40 FPS, obviously it's not ideal, but it's not horrendous either. I've definitely seen worse at 8K. The interesting thing is, I think on the main menu it said it had calculated VRAM usage at about 11 to 12 gig, and I mean we're actually at about 19 here, so quite a bit higher. We just crept over 19. I'd have thought if we play for maybe an hour or two, I'd imagine we see that creep over 20, I think. Which, across the games I've tested at 8K is actually pretty normal. Some games a lot of the time use actually up to the max 124 gig on this. I've seen quite a lot, so... and normally we're over 400 watts at 8K. On this, we're actually below 350, which is pretty impressive. Hit actually 50 there. You might, in some areas, maybe push 50 FPS in the kind of less dense areas, but... graphically, I mean, it looks lovely. Look at this water here. I will upload this to YouTube in 8K resolution, so if your PC can handle it or play it, you will be able to watch it in 8K, although if you're not on an 8K monitor, you won't really truly appreciate 8K, but graphically, I mean, it's pretty extraordinary. Even my temps are normally a lot higher at 8K, but it seems not too bad here. 58 degrees, not too bad. It's just that low there. The 0.1% low of 8, because you can see on the frame time how much it's not really massively noticeably stuttering in-game, but you can see it in that frame time. It's quite choppy. I can make that jump. CPU usage as well is lower than we're getting at 4K. Getting under 10% here, which at 4K is between, I think, 10 and 20%. You'd obviously expect it to be less. The higher as you go, the kind of less CPU you expect it to be using, really. Obviously, the opposite going lower, so the lower you go, the more CPU usage you expect it to go higher. But graphically, it's very nice. I mean, would I play it at this? Thinking probably not. If I could sit at maybe 50 FPS, then I would probably consider playing it more. 40, although it's doable in this game. It starts getting a little bit choppy. I mean, the fact we're dipping under 40 quite a lot, I think if you start dipping below 40 FPS, it can often start. That's when it gets quite choppy. Anything above that, I think you can get away with. But when you start getting to the kind of mid-30s, as we're getting there, 36, I think it starts getting not that great. Here we go. Oh, wow. This is too many. Got my stamina. Stop that! Right, so I think we get, you know, we can hold above kind of 45 in places like this. So I think in less dense areas, especially out of the city, in the desert more, I think you could probably get over 50 FPS. Right, so I'm now going to check out DLSS qualities. We've got that set here. I'm still at 8K with everything maxed out. So we'll check that frame rate out now. So with DLSS quality at 8K, we're actually rendering at about 5K now, and upscaling back up to 8K, and it seems like we'll get about 60 by the looks of it. At least we're getting 60 up there. We're probably going to dip down a bit, I should imagine, in some areas, but I mean, this is obviously a lot nicer. Not too much of a quality loss either. It's brought my VRAM down already straight away. Gig and a half. But this looks a lot more playable. Frame time looks a lot nicer. So I don't think we're going to see those lows. We had, I think, a low... Oh, I spoke too soon, I think. Bit of a stutter there. Low of 15 now, so I think maybe it's still doing that. But for the most part, it looks like... I mean, we're getting about 70 FPS. Power consumption on my GPU doesn't look like it's changed too much, around about the same. You'd have thought maybe that would come down a little bit, but... But I could definitely play like this, I think, on my 8K monitor. Anything at about 60 FPS in this game and above, I think, is fairly acceptable to play at. Any single-player game in general like this, if I can keep all the quality and everything maxed out and be at 60 and above, I'll definitely do that. So, I think one of the better optimized games of the year, this for sure. Not that many games that I can just switch to DLSS quality and play at 8K. Above 60. Normally you're looking at least performance, DLSS performance. So for an overall game of this year, one of the better optimized ones, I would say. Although we did have some stuttering in it, but compared to some of the other stuff this year, it's nowhere near as bad.
Hey, that's your face.
Oh, that's not gone well.
Fight smarter.
Damn, son. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to leave a like on the video, drop me a comment, let me know what you think of 8K, and I'll catch you in the next one.